Three, two, one.
Here we go.
Welcome to Sorare in the States Football. Here are your hosts, the Taco Slayer Jorge and MLS card guy Chris.
3, 2, 1.
Hello.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Fuck it. We'll do it live. I looped the background music instead of the video. And you know what? Whatever, dude. What's up? Chris, hi.
That's how you know it's live, because we've already done it.
Look, we've gone from forgetting to hit record to going live, and fuck it. But here we are. We're live. We're here. We are doing Sober in the States After Dark. Ooh, what are we gonna do? What are you here to do, Chris? You are the mastermind, the man with the plan. What are we doing here?
Bruh, so we're gonna make some lineups today, I think, which will
Ooh.
be a lot of fun, hopefully. Get a little
Okay.
back and forth going on some players, get some different opinions. We can talk through like what's your lineup priority, which I think will be pretty fun. And then we've got the dark theme going on right now. It's so we're in the States After Dark. So how can you not be out here with us?
Exactly. See, this is where the magic happens. If you ever wanted to know how the magic happens, here it is. This is it. And Chris, you are right. A lot of the times, especially with the MLS and the chaos and everything, I feel like we don't always get enough So Rare in. I feel like there's a lot of things that maybe you and me want to talk about. Like we'll sit here, we'll record an episode, and then we'll stay on and we'll talk just So Rare crap after that. We'll like build our lineups after we record an episode and we'll chit chat. And we said, hey, why don't we just do it live? So here we are. So Chris, first of all, jumping into it, what is your lineup prioritization? What is it that you go after? What is it that you are focused on when you are setting your sober lineups?
Man, I mean I feel like it changes, right? Like week to week. Definitely like the U23 team is always a big focus of the gallery. I tend to buy a lot of U23 players, so the reason why is to make sure that I have a really good U23 team. So that's going to be definitely top priority. From there, I'll probably normally head down to like cap 240 and set that, just because it's easy money. You can pick some guys that, you know, a little bit down at the moment, and kind of get your best guys in there. And then from there, it's just kind of a free for all, man. Like it depends on the week. Like if I have enough goalkeepers, I'll start prioritizing like All-Star and Shape America. If I don't have enough goalkeepers, I'll typically prioritize cap 220 because I can use a common goalkeeper in cap 220.
It's the best part.
I mean, the MLS Pro and Limited, like if you have enough goalkeepers, I feel like everything comes down to goalkeepers, right? If I have enough goalkeepers playing that I like am interested in starting, then I'll go into MLS Pro Limited and then throw my Messi in the forward. Although obviously I'm not going to do that this week, but I'll throw Messi up there in the forward spot and make a really good lineup for that. So I mean, we'll see how things go. We'll have to take a look at some of the matchups and see how confident we are in some of these guys for sure.
I gotta tell you that I've been having a lot more fun with MLS Pro Limited than I thought. That it's like
Yeah.
it's slowly, even though it's really incredibly hard to win rewards because the prize pool is just ridiculously small. But it's been fun. Like it's almost like proving your like MLS knowledge a little bit. And amateur kind of does that too, right? But like now I'm like at the end of the day, it's like moving up the priority list where I'm like, maybe I should kind of go into MLS Pro and really try to prove my worth. And doesn't always go great. But
Yeah, I was gonna say I never win rewards from it. So I must not know anything about MLS.
I'm pretty sure I won one, and it wasn't very good. But
Yeah,
that's the
that
thing,
sounds
right?
right.
Where it's like, especially because I'm in limiteds right now, and I want to get to rare, it just doesn't really make sense for me to prioritize contests where I'm gonna get MLS cards. Because I have them and it's limited and the market is low and I could just buy whoever I want. So basically, what I have done is I've been focusing on cap modes and trying to earn maybe a rare if I can get up high enough for the price pool. If not, some high level tier 3, tier 2s that I could use for the European stuff. So it's been quite interesting. But so what are you going to focus on this week? Does it go week by week, or do you mostly just
Yeah.
always do U23 no matter what?
Well, I always start with U23. Like that's off the jump. I'll always go to U23, and then I'll always go to Cap 240, and then it's like, okay, here we are, we're here. Now what? And then it's just kind of from there it starts to vary. So always start with U23, and typically like this is a pretty European lineup for me.
Right.
So like this week, and I'm definitely looking at these a lot, right? The percentages. If it's MLS, home and away matter. So like Celentano, that's a really good matchup at home against Charlotte. Love
It's
that.
the only thing that matters.
Chris Brady, home against Revolution. Love that matchup. Nick Cadell is at home, but against the second place team. In the European teams, I tend to look at like the ranking in the standings.
Right.
I think it matters a lot more, like the worst team in Spain here. So like this is a good matchup for Mamardashvili. Trubin has just taken over the starting job. Love him long term. And they're obviously heavy favorites. So I think probably you'd go with Trubin here.
Would you?
I like
would you?
matchups though, so like that's going to dictate a lot of like what I'm doing here.
When you say that about the European stuff, and we're such homers, right? Like literally in the MLS, that home matchup matters, right? Like it's like
Right.
100%
Oh,
the
it's
first thing you
huge.
look at. It's 100.
Huge.
So like the whole European thing, when you say that you focus more on like the actual standings itself, is that because Europe is so top heavy with the top spenders in the league, and the drop off is very significant? So that does matter. Where in the MLS, like you're getting what you get any given night, anybody can win.
Right. Like if this matchup's reversed and Bochum are at home against Bayern, I don't care. I'm still going to start Davies, you know? Like it really does not matter to me. Whereas like this matchup, Ricky Puig away to Austin, I'm like,
Alex String at center back, you want that.
Super hot. Like this matchup here, 75% to win for Dinamo Zagreb on the road against a team I've never heard of before. Like that's still a good matchup for him. You know what I mean? Like Santi Moreno at home against Colorado, phenomenal matchup. He's also been playing great, so he'll probably get into like a pretty high priority lineup for me, like a cap 240. He's probably going to be a really nice cap 240 with a 51 average here. And I'll also kind of think about that a little bit when I'm going through like my U23 team.
Torres.
At home against Miami.
Yeah, buddy.
Oy.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
We'll
Messi's not playing anymore, so we'll see.
We'll
see. Do we just rotate? We can beat Miami with our eyes closed.
Better news. Jordi Alba's not playing. So
actually, that is actually incredible news.
Bad news is that means Noah Allen's playing. So, it's like in this case, it's probably between Pooch, Moreno. I don't know. He really hasn't had a great start to the season, so I don't really trust him yet. And this is obviously a high priority lineup. None of this is really appealing. Probably still.
Are the Galaxy still in the race for the playoffs? Do they still need like to win matches, or are they just slowly?
Oh yeah.
Out? So this is huge for them.
Yeah, this is a huge game. They have to win like all of them. Maybe not all of them, but like that. They're 33 points. They need to get to 38, but they do have games in hand. So like it's a little deceptive of how far down they are, right? And this game specifically, like if they lose this game, that's their season.
Right.
It's over.
I don't know, man. I feel like you have to play Pooch here.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, Austin's defense is shambles, okay? Pooch is gonna
more than Colorado?
He's gonna walk, yes, actually. I would say. Well, no. But it's also Portland. And
Portland's been very good recently.
Yes, but is it sustainable? And that's what we don't know yet. Like right now, we're in the world of, ooh, okay, Portland, I see you, Portland. But are we going to take that next step and go, okay, Portland, we'll see you in the postseason making a run? Pooch, and Pooch is Pooch though. It doesn't matter who Pooch is playing. Pooch is going to do some stuff.
Yeah, he's been really hot lately.
You play you play Pooch.
144 there, and that's on the road at LAFC. The rest are above 58 for like ever.
And that matchup's always an asterisk.
It's not a terrible matchup. Like it's not a great matchup, but it's also not a terrible matchup. So I'll probably just stick with Pooch. Also,
Yeah.
another thing to consider from here, and this is U23, like this matters. 13% as opposed to 8, like that's a huge gap. So if I'm not sure, I'm gonna go with the higher percentage guy every time.
Am I making a mistake for not focusing on percentages more?
Yes.
Because I don't care. Like obviously I care. I always, if I have duplicates or whatever, or if I am stuck in between two players, like yes, I'll look at percentages and I'll make it based off that. But other than that, I don't really think about it. I don't worry about it. It is what it is. I guess when I buy cards, I think about it a little bit, but I don't feel like the margins are that big yet. Then again, I'm
I
not
mean,
chasing.
it
podiums
depends.
also,
Like
so.
if it's like Verts to Bakayoko and it's a half a
Right.
percent, and no one cares. If it's Musiala to Verts, like that's a big percentage. 5% is not anything to scoff at, you know?
Right.
Like if you put up a 50, right? 5% is like 3 points, right? That's not nothing.
Okay.
Like how often are you like 2 or 3 points away from a reward, one way or another? Like you make
Usually
a
like
cut by 2 or 3 points. You know what I mean? Like percentages definitely matter. In
All the
this
time.
case,
Like,
like look at this matchup is like gorgeous. The only question is, does he actually play?
yeah.
Um,
So, are you at all worried about your European players in Champions League right now? Because they all just had their first game week Champions League.
worried is not the right word, I would say. Like this is like a weird situation, right? He's hurt these 2 games, and then he came back and played 29 minutes, which is a good amount. And this is only 2 games, right? Like he
Right.
played in like the end of August. So I don't think he needs to like really work back up to fitness too much. So he could play in this game. He's gonna play. The question is he gonna start? And honestly, it may not even matter. You know, even if he comes off the bench, he's probably still scoring a goal. So I still feel pretty comfortable with that.
Who's
Is,
your
do I
who's
have a
your
better
go-to?
option?
I was
Like
gonna say, who's your go-to? Is Musiala your go-to right now?
Bakayoko's killed it for me.
And that
Verts
AAA pick
killed it.
score? Are you gonna argue that AAA pick score right now? Are you gonna argue against the
Yes.
algorithm?
I'm gonna argue against the algorithm. I do it all the time, literally, and I like. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, all 3 of these guys are gonna get in lineups. So it just matters like which one that they get into, like what's the highest priority one. So, that's one. Like, if we're down here and we're talking about like, well, this is probably too far down, but
Way too far.
if we're down here and we're talking about like, okay, am I doing Magno versus Marshall Ruddy, and one of them's starting, one of them's not, then it's like, okay, that's a pressure decision. Whereas like, if it's just like these 3 guys are all going to start for me at some point, so
can I say that Magno scored on City last night? And when I tell you, my man's like fell to the ground, like basically in tears because it just meant that much to him. Like, and we've talked about it too, where it's like it's such a shame that Talis Magno just hasn't worked out. It just hasn't fit. The whole team has been in shambles. And dude, when he scored that goal, which is an incredible header, by the way, he got ups, boy. Man, like you felt it in that moment where like it sucks that we just got scored on, but you're like, dang, like you feel so good for the kid. He's a young kid trying to make it, hasn't been the greatest, and good to see, good to see. So hey, you
and
never
look at
know.
this.
Maybe Tyus Mack, maybe it's finally his moment, right?
He'll probably make a lineup for me because I'm pretty thin at forward, so he will probably at some point get slotted in there. But
Hey,
like
he subbed in
they're not
late,
out of this
scored the
thing yet.
goal. Subbed in late, scored the goal.
Yeah.
No, real midweek. Like, hey, there is a chance. Be like, hey, run him out, right? Like, why not?
Yeah, no, 100%. That's definitely how I feel.
It's Tyus Magno time, baby. Let's go.
So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm probably gonna go Musiala here,
Mm-hmm.
just because I'm super biased.
All right, that's fine. Hey, it's Musiala. You can't go wrong with a little Musiala in your life.
Another thing I like to do, definitely. So I'm gonna go Verts. Another thing I like to do when I'm picking a captain, I'll go into this last screen because normally I've picked like the 4 field players from like somewhere in here.
Right.
So I'll go to this last screen and I'll just pull up Davies, and I'll go. All right, scores. He scored 3 80 to 90s and 1 90 to 100.
Right.
So that's 3-1. Then I'm gonna compare to Ricky Pooch. I'm basically looking for the guy with the most upside, 2-3. So he definitely has more upside. Burt's 3-4. So he has the most upside so far.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Wow, you
Musiala.
really go through all your players and check that? I love that.
Not every week because I know most of them.
I was about to say, I was
but
like,
I do definitely if I don't know them. But yeah, Musiala. So in this case, I'd captain Verts because he has the biggest upside. Once I picked the lineup, even though I picked Musiala over Verts and Verts just
Right.
made it as the second striker, I'm captaining Verts because I think he's got a better shot at getting a 90 or 100. So that's what I want as my captain.
oh, that's fair. That's the guy you want. That's all you need. Granted, does
Yeah.
it ever work out? Probably not.
Sometimes. I picked
honestly,
Drake Callender as my captain in Cap 240, and that worked out beautifully this week.
Oh, actually, on international duty, because Gallese is just a beast for Peru. I literally captained Gallese in one of my lineups. It was like 130 points, like scored 100. It was great. It was a lovely time, 100%. The rest of the lineup was dead, so I didn't win anything. But I got a crazy like 130 from Gallese. What's up? Woo woo! Gotta
Get those coins, big boy.
Got farming them. How do you think I got my Sorare hat? They didn't send it to me. No, I had to buy it. 15,000 coins late. Well, not this one. This was a playoffs. What's up? NBA's back in 30 days, Chris.
Ew.
I'm excited.
Ew.
Okay.
We're not going there.
All right. MLS show. All right.
MLS show.
Dude, and we have that new 79, that new little 79. They're collective.
Gorge.
Can I admit to you that, like, when I was setting my lineups, I think it was for the midweek or the weekend. And I think it was the midweek. So I was like, look, rotation is going to happen. You never know what you can do. I was like, maybe I should do the algorithm and I should really check it out.
This midweek.
And I tried to do the algorithm and I was like, nope. And I deleted all of it and I put in my own lineups. I was like, nope, I couldn't do it. I don't know what it was. I couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't let something else set my lineups for me. That I just had to go and tear them all up and build them back up. And hey, I'm winning 2 rewards.
So it was like Monday at like 8:00 in the morning and lineups like at 10 East Coast. And I was like, I don't have time. I got to get to work. And I just went recommend, and just popped them all in there. Won 2 rewards. So there you go.
Well,
it works.
Hey, it works.
It's
right?
approved.
Hey, when it works, it works. So is this? So do you go after U23 just simply because your whole gallery is focused on younger guys because you like to hold long term, or is it? Do you feel like you're chasing something there, or it's just your favorite to play with because you love your young guys?
I feel like it's the easiest to win.
What are you chasing?
If you have OP players, I feel like it's the easiest to win stuff in.
Right.
Like my U23s are like probably 40 to 50% on winning stuff, which is pretty good, which is really good actually. Whereas a lot of the other leagues like Champ Euro, All-Star, I feel like there's just so many OP players that it's like you have to have high scores to win stuff. So like even if I set this lineup in All-Star, I wouldn't feel as good about it, right?
Gotcha.
So that's one reason why I do U23s. And yes, I do buy a ton of players because I'm like, Jamal Musiala is going to be a dog for the next decade. Like, I just want him on my team, right? Like, I just, like, I'd rather have him than, like, Kevin De Bruyne and get, like, 3 more good years out of him, maybe.
If that, he's hurt right now.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, yes, Kevin De Bruyne's probably better, but, like, Musiala is going to be here for a decade. So, that's just how I buy players. And so it makes sense to kind of prioritize into U23. And then like a lot of these guys like Bakayoko will slip into Challenger probably. Gvardiol will probably be in a Champion Europe team. Tolkien will probably be in some MLS team. Like these guys are still really useful outside of U23. So that's the idea. Just get as much depth to get like a solid lineup out of this. I pretty much always want double A's or better out of this lineup.
Right.
And that's just from having such a top heavy U23 gallery. So yeah, that's the priority there for me. As we're going here, we're on the comments here, baby. Like we're watching. So if you guys have players that you want advice about or you have specific questions, let us know, man. Like let us know. Leave us a comment. You will not be sorry if you leave us a comment at this time.
Just because I don't win rewards for myself doesn't mean I can't win your rewards. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. We're experts. Yeah,
of course. I spend all my life watching.
All right, so
MLS.
you set one of your teams.
All right. So
Let's criticize you for a minute.
okay. Well, here, what we're gonna do right here is gonna show you my my champion America,
Okay,
which is
this is
always
Oy.
my Orlando City stack. It
Okay,
stays the
no.
Orlando City stack.
See,
I've
this
played
I
it all
think
year.
this qualifies you as an expert because we know that you're never winning a reward with this, but you can definitely give advice to other people because nobody else is doing this, so it'll be fine.
Listen, I have a giant Orlando City collection. I might as well use it. And this is my thing with Captain America, especially in limited. Now, if I was playing in rare or super rare, it wouldn't be this way at all. I wouldn't just be tossing out an Orlando City stack every week and just saying, dude, we'll see. Because you're right, it doesn't always hit. And it's funny because it's either the attack hits or the defense hits. I'll have
Yeah.
like 3 80 to 90s in my lineup and 2 just like 20s. It happens all the time.
I
And
think
it is
that's the
so
problem.
annoying.
There's no like 7-0 blowouts in MLS. It's always either like 4-3 or like 1-0. Like the games are never blowouts, so you're never gonna get a full team stack. Like when Bayern blows out Bochum 6-0 tomorrow, it's gonna be like everybody on Bayern is gonna have hundreds. So you just start a Bayern stack, you're good. Whereas that's not how it works in MLS.
Yeah, and it really does. Like I've seen way too many Houston Dynamo stacks win rewards, like top rewards, podium this year, that it's just not okay. Granted, we love the Fighting Ben Olsons on this show,
We do.
but it just blows my mind that Houston Dynamo stacks, and there's a lot of people that like actively go out and build like Houston Dynamo stacks. It's incredible. It's incredible what you could do. Orlando City, it'll hit eventually. I think I've won like a few like tier 4s with it, but dude, it's just I got to throw it somewhere, and I watch enough MLS that I know the players that I want anyway. And even if I won a bunch of rewards in Champion America 9 out of 10 times, I'd be incredibly disappointed. So I just don't really care for it that much, if that makes sense. But yeah, like next year when I'm going to be planning on attacking rare, I'm going to definitely focus on Champion America because I'm going to want to build that gallery out, if that makes sense.
So why have you selected Janssen versus any of the other defenders? Like Bakundo, I get. Duncan McGuire, I get. Galese, obviously, I get. But why Janssen?
So oddly enough, I have been playing Rafael Santos for most of the year, which incredible crosses, gets in the attack, has gotten a few assists this year, but recently it's been kind of stinking, and he's been getting subbed out early and early as the postseason kind of gets closer. They are starting to get some depth, some playing time, so that if they are needed in the playoffs, you can see it. So Petrasso's starting to sub in, Mikey Halliday's starting to sub in, so he's not playing full minutes anymore. So the upside is kind of leaving him, and Janssen has been on a heater. And I'm not going to play Schlegel. And Dagger Dan has been playing defense, and he's a midfield card because he's been playing right back. So there's that, and Mikey Halliday ain't back. So Janssen's the next best thing. And realistically, Janssen's been kind of putting up some nice scores. Like, to be honest.
Under the radar sneaky.
Yes. Dude, honestly, even snuck past me because I didn't notice it either until recently, and I've missed out on all these scores. So I bet you he's going to have a stinker this game. Because he has put up some, like, okay scores, some, like, solid compared to the rest of the
average scores.
Yeah, compared to the rest of the Orlando defenders, it's great. Okay, that's where I'm getting at. Not compared to the rest of the MLS, but for this slate itself, he is the only one really doing much.
So our guy Jay Vick is in the building. He wants to know what the chances are that the Union LAFC game is postponed due to a storm. First, before we answer that, shout out to our guy Jay Vick. Leave us your Sorare username, and we're gonna hook you up with a little Aaron Long for being the first person to comment on the first ever live stream.
Yeah, there you go. The Sorare States live stream.
So drop us your username, sir, and we'll send that over to you pronto dente. As far as a storm, you're a resident meteorologist, Mr. Taco Slayer. What's the weather looking like down there in Florida? Even though Philadelphia is nowhere close to Florida.
It is sunny here. Is it let's see what we got going on in Philly. Is the game in Philly?
Yeah, it is in Philly. So that's what I don't get because I watch the weather for our games all the time. And Pittsburgh is supposed to be a little colder, like 60 degrees, but not like there's not supposed to be any storms. So
oh yeah, there's like a little system off the coast. I remember now because there's like a little system off the coast has some like tropical implications. It shouldn't really grow into anything. It should be a lot of rain and gust and wind. dude, with stuff like that, it's really no telling.
Yeah. I
Uh,
haven't like heard like, hey, be aware there's weather coming, like
hold
we
on,
would
hold
get
on.
like serious warnings about like, hey, this might be an issue.
Keep the
And we're not
conversation
that
going.
far. We're not that far away from Philly. So yeah, I haven't heard anything like that. So I would be surprised if a game actually gets postponed. I mean, you could always get like a random thunderstorm, but that's completely unpredictable, I guess is the word. So I wouldn't worry about it. What
Oh
I
no,
would
you're good.
what
Hey,
I yeah,
the
go ahead.
storm's not even going to be relatively close to Philly till Sunday, so
There
you're
you
good.
go.
Unless the game's on Sunday.
And
If it's on Sunday, then I would worry.
I would worry more about the Union and LAFC playing each other, and like there's not going to be high scores in that game because both those teams are good. So yeah, that's what I would be worried about with players in that game is more the matchup itself. So yeah. Oh, threat
Yeah.
level midnight. I know him.
Yes.
Cool guy.
Oh, that's that level, dude.
What's up, JV?
The Office is great, by the way.
Oh
I
yeah,
love that. I
Love
love that
that.
reference.
Oh, look at this meteorologist.
Yeah, bro. I got.
He's
the
like in
facts.
front of a green screen right now.
Bro. No, I got this, bro. Listen, if I got you on the weather, I become an amateur meteorologist. Yeah, this thing's not even getting close, so you're good. You're good.
Typical Florida. No, you're good.
The game goes
You're
on.
fine.
Yeah, you're
You're
good.
fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Bro,
All
when I
right.
say that, like, there was like 5 storms just surrounding Florida at one point this summer, and everybody was just like, we'll see. They're like, we'll keep checking back. We'll see. Nobody cares until like the last 12 hours before a hurricane. That's when it starts to get serious.
Yeah. That's when you actually care. Oh man. He's got Krupo or Steve Clark. Who do you like more?
Ooh, what are the matchups? Pull up that screen
So
again where you had all the fixtures.
I was looking at Dynamo's schedule here. And Houston Dynamo. They're in Kansas City.
Kansas been getting sneaky good. Gotta watch out for that Alan Who? Oh god, that sucks.
I think I like Steve Clark out of that. To be fair,
I would go Steve Clark for it because you're more guaranteed that LAFC is going to score over SKC.
Well, Krupo is on LAFC. It's Philly versus SKC.
I said SKC.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Philly in Philly is really hard to shut out. So I feel like I like Steve Clark better. I don't like either of those options though. So if you could do a little switcheroo, I might consider that. Although if you're using this against me in my own MLS amateur league, then I say you should start Krupo and leave it at that.
No, you start Steve Clark because we love the Fighting Ben Olsen.
That's true. Fighting Ben Olsen's never surrender, never give up. All right. Let's go to Cap 240. Let's get this. Because, so one of the big strengths of the MLS is it's so up and down. So you get some amazing cap plays.
That is very true.
You know?
That is very true.
Exhibit A, Roman Celentano, 38 on the cap score. This is a wonderful matchup at home. He's not been playing well, but that's a hell of a start to a Cap 240 team. So we're gonna chuck him in there.
Did that?
Yeah,
I'll look it up. I was gonna say, did that affect his price at all? Is his price up because his cap so low? Because I haven't really paid enough attention to know if the caps are actually correlating to price. Which, granted, it's also hard to tell because the MLS market is just just dead right now. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if that actually affects his price. Because if his cap's that low, his price should be going up.
His price is
flat,
just dead, just straight.
Welcome to the MLS. Let's go.
I mean, you would think his price should be going up some, but I don't know if people believe he's back yet.
What about Rare? But dude, he also plays for Cincy, who dominated for the entirety of the season, pretty much.
This is what you want, and it's a U23 goalkeeper, man. Yeah, I'm weird. I'm big on Santana, especially this week. We can look at his matchups coming: Charlotte home, away to Toronto, home.
Oh
to New
my
York,
god!
Away to Red. This is a hell of a 3 games here. He's gonna be startable in all 3 of these games.
Dude, it's only 4. I might buy a Santana. Dude, that's so cheap for a limited.
But
and
the problem
it's gonna
is
be
you have to use him basically in U23 at this price. You know.
Not in these games.
Unless you're
Not with
me.
these.
Unless you're me, as I don't use him in U23.
He is going in 220 with Messi. With that cap.
Get a what's it called? Get a common of him. Just swap him out for common. Actually, I'm gonna do that for sure this week. I'm gonna do that.
Oh, dude.
Actually, I don't know.
He's probably 40, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 40. Anybody below 40 is 40. Yeah, I kind of want to do that, but I also have Blake and Brady, and I don't really need another. You know.
So pulling mine up, I have Berkey and I have Schulte at 40.
I would get rid of Schulte.
You think so? Oh, their defense is kind of booty, isn't it?
Yeah, they give up so many goals, and I just Celentano is so much better.
And I have Berkey at 45.
So you're literally 1-for-1 trading.
Yeah, basically.
One of the worst goalkeepers for like maybe one of the.
Oh, even Berkey's 42. I might want to think about dropping Berkey too. Wow, Celentano is. Yeah, he's going to be a good play for the next couple too. So hey, J-Vic, if you're still here. Oh, Celentano would be good for cap 222.
Philly Dilly with the second comment. We're throwing you an Aaron Long as well, Philly Dilly. You get an Aaron Long, and you get an Aaron Long. Everybody gets an Aaron Long.
Wait, Celentano not 40? Yeah. Am I blind?
Just search Celentano.
Yeah, I guess that is a thing, huh?
There he is.
Hey,
he's so far down you couldn't even find him.
He's so far down.
That's definitely a trade for me too.
But 100% Celentano at $40 for a limited right now. Honestly, I would buy two. One for now, and then one to flip at the beginning of next season. That's what I'm talking about.
I would flip. So J-Vic, I would flip. Or I'm gonna call you Threat Level Midnight because that's a way better name. I would flip Clark for Celentano if it were me. Clark at 41 for Celentano at 40. Because I just think he's better. But I also don't think like you have two good goalkeepers, so you don't really have to do that if you have other needs elsewhere. Jeez, your team's so much better than mine.
What?
Other than defender.
Oh, dude, yeah.
My defenders are okay.
I'm still so mad. I picked up Caleb Wiley because he was just cheap and I just needed something. And I was like, okay, this could be cool because he scores decent sometimes. And then I picked up a Farfan instead of Brooks Lennon because they were going and playing Miami. I'm pretty sure I said this on the episode this week, but boy, was I wrong because Lennon got the assist or a goal. That one. And yeah, it was just bad. I need to actually.
So we're not doing that lineup yet. We're saving the best for last on that one. So we'll get to the common league that all the people are talking about. But we're going back. Are you setting cap 270?
Yes. So cap 270 is actually my priority lineup.
Okay,
is where I go. And you got Guzan home to Montreal. You got
love that matchup.
Vancouver and RSL want no part of that. Tim Mealy against Houston want no part of that, even though they are at home. Dane St. Clair against St. Louis want no part of that. Okay, this is great.
Do you have any stocks?
Oh, this guy right here. I won this goalkeeper as a tier 2. When
Bundesliga 2 is Go get that Bundesliga 2 boy.
Bro, trust me. Love this guy.
So good. Yeah, and you can afford it in cap 270 too.
Look at these scores. I literally won him as a reward, dude. Look at this.
Sick.
Oh, dude, great. Captured all this. He's been the GOAT.
Wow.
And I literally I picked him up in the
Dusseldorf's actually a pretty good team too.
Yes, that also helps. I love it.
Yeah,
so he's going in there, technically defender. So if this fits, and it might not because we're getting a little heavy, dude, this guy Felix Torres for Santos Laguna, right?
You said you only watched MLS.
No, I've been saying, I've been harping for Liga MX on this show since it came back, and I'm going to continue to say it. And guess what? This is more so rare content. I want to say it again. We want Liga MX. At least me. I want Liga MX. Also, same thing. Boom.
Yeah.
Love
Liga MX, very defensive league. Good
Love
defenders.
These scores. He scores goals for his national team, for his team. He does it. Look at that. 30 AA, 41 AA. He doesn't even need to score. All right. Felix Torres, great. I've been waiting for his rare card to come down because I'm definitely going to try to buy one.
I'm here for
great.
it.
Love it.
Okay.
If it fits.
Okay. No, but see, this is where you can use one of those like MLS cheese guys and put up like a little bit of a lower score. Like you're averaging right now is like 49 for the remaining 3 spots. So you put like a little.
All right, well, let's go here. Let's go forward because I'm very thin at forward.
Yeah. So,
so like this is
forward in there.
Yeah.
Like Areola.
So have,
is Areola healthy? Is he alive?
Yes, he did play. Okay, but is he going to play another game in a row after having a scare, a third game in a row?
Well, that's my question. Is he alive? If he's
Tyler
alive, 41's a really nice score for him.
Tyler Boyd's a little bit more expensive, but Tyler Boyd has also been finding the back of the net.
Then no. I'm never ever gonna advocate for Tyler.
I don't know, man. Look at these.
Those are some really nice AA scores, actually. To be fair.
I have been talking about Tyler Boyd since the beginning, and you wrote him off day one. He's finding it. All right, he's finding it. Be a nice little stack with your push when he ages out of 23, or Areola, who look at these scores aren't as pretty. Oh, look at these though. Areola is back, baby. He's gonna do it a 4th game in a row though.
I kind of like Areola, to be fair, because that's below you,
and it's home too,
right?
Yeah.
Columbus gives up a ton of goals.
Yeah, subs on late gets a late score because Columbus concedes late. So even if he doesn't start,
do you have any other options, or is it just those 2?
As far as picks,
I say you start Chicharito. He might be good in this week.
I pick a lot of my teams by L5. Why is my L15 not show? Oh, there we go. There we go. That's more like it. That's what I love right here. I knew I was missing something. Yeah, I mean, Corey Bear's been hot. He might score against SKC. Luis Quinones has had his moments, but against Monterrey, I don't really like that. Ooh, Sean Calais against Chicago. But he's a little inconsistent. Though. Yeah, but it's Chicago. Or I could always go, no, Bongi against SDL. Don't want that. Like I said, I'm very thin here.
Swiderski's not, well, I guess they're LA too.
He's a little expensive.
Kevin Cabral.
Oh, we love our Kevin Cabral. Like
he could do the thing.
I am so thin at like striker. Like, look at all these like subs and people that fell out or people that got hurt, and it's just falling apart. So I think we're going Areola here for Areola.
Sure. Yeah. So now you're 52 average.
The rest love it. Let's go here. Do we risk Matt O'Reilly again? Because, dude, Matt O'Reilly, another reward that I won. See, this is what I'm saying. You win. You use your MLS cards in the summer when no one's playing to win all the hyped up European cards to A, sell at the beginning of the European season, or play for free in Europe while you're not focused on anything. Look at these. Another reward I won. Love it. But just played Champions League in the midweek. I think he's a locked in starter, right? We're not getting a sub here. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know the rotations. That would be a Quinny question.
Where's Quinny? Someone go get Quinny. Someone
wake him up. Quinny for us.
Someone wake Quinny up.
Yo, I know it's 1 a.m., but we got important questions to ask you. Yeah.
It's actually I
think you're probably okay. He doesn't look like he rotates much.
Yeah. But. I was in a Quinny live stream once, and like he was talking about something, and I was like, "Hey, will I regret selling Matt Riley?" And he was like, "Do you just like not like good players?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was
that's a very Quinny thing to say.
And I was like, "Well, he was a reward, and it just doesn't really fit my gallery, and he's really expensive." And he was like, "Oh no, I know, I was just busting your balls, but still." And I was like, "Damn it,
yeah, still here."
But no,
Quinny has power.
But like for real though, it's one of those things where I to this day I still don't know because his prices should still be up. Like it's at his peak right now.
Damn,
it's still going up. It was completely free.
I might sell that, to be fair.
Like, wouldn't I want to sell this? Like, even though the scores are great, because all my cards are gonna die anyway, so I might as well just sell them and then bolster my rares for next season.
Yeah,
or actually buy an
you could literally buy like a really good rare for that.
Because it is crunch time for NBA right now. If any of you out here are listening that play NBA, I'm just saying it's a month away. No one's really talking about it because the moment that Sorare does their big announcement for next season, it's over. Goodbye. Your chance to get anything like at a decent price, gone, because it's going to start to go up from there, and then you're going to go, "Oh, I wish I would have bought in the off season." Oh,
that's exactly what I sound like.
That is exactly what I sound like.
I would sell. That's just me.
You think so?
I'm a profit guy. Where did you win the
Yeah.
reward at? Like what point?
Can I see that somewhere?
Probably somewhere.
So a result? No. Stats?
Maybe go to
There's
transactions and then like filter it by rewards. Set up buy and
Oh,
sell.
SL5 stats. Haha.
Oh, you could do that too.
Oh,
It's
can't
just
make 395.
395.
Yeah. So
Literally right at the start of that big green thing.
yeah, it's been kind of nice. Yeah, you think I should sell?
Yeah, I think you should sell.
Look at that Corey Baird reward too, man. Talk about a tier 4.
Ugh,
Tier
he's
4 Corey Baird.
not
and
even
he's
worth
been
that.
He has been scoring just nonstop ever since. And I love this guy. Yeah.
Don't sleep on the tier 5 and tier 4 rewards, guys.
Hey,
like
it's possible.
everybody
It is
hates on
possible.
them, but then like 2 months later they could be tier 2s. You know,
Listen,
you never know.
that's
Don't sleep
here.
on them. Don't sell
will-
them either.
I will give you the golden silver strategy right here. You just play, you just snowball rewards, you get every reward you can possible, because no matter what, at one point they're going to be worth a little bit more, and then you just get off and you just hold it until the right moment, and then you get off and you never think about it again. That's it. They all come around eventually.
Yep.
Even if it's
This
like a
is
little
the
bit.
right moment for Matty O'Reilly.
I'm not saying you're going to be a millionaire overnight, but it's little. Rich by 1,000 cuts. Or
That's
rich by
never something I've ever heard before.
rich by 1,000 5% transaction fees. There you go. 3 steps up, 2 steps backwards, but you'll eventually get there. You got this, kid.
So who we putting in extra?
Well, let's see. We got 40. Oh, there's only 40 left. That's not fun. All right.
You can find some decent players at 40 though.
Let's see what
Especially
we
in
got.
MLS.
J Vic, I totally agree. Silver Summer is best silver. And I'm so sad that it's over. My winnings has gone low and gone down ever since Europe came back. Because everybody is
I've been winning more because I actually have European cards.
I actually have European
I didn't last year.
Oh, did we go
Kellen
pick a team?
Acosta.
Ugh, God. Anybody want this Kellen Acosta?
Kev-
I'll give it away
dude,
right now.
you got to change your lineup to get Kevin Cabral in there. You're 1 point off.
Not a chance. Anthony Robinson? Is he
No.
hurt? Did he get hurt?
He must
Uh-oh.
be hurt. Sorare data never lies.
What's up with this Nathan Saliba guy? Do you know any? I want him as a reward for Montreal, and I just haven't been able to get a feel on him. But he starts. He just doesn't score great.
He scored
You
great
know
the
any-
last 2 weeks.
Do you know anything about him? He's under 23. He's 19.
I know he has the same name as the Saliba that plays at Arsenal, so I know
Hmm.
that.
Whoa.
I honestly don't know anything about him.
Oh, well,
but-
shout out chat. If anybody knows anything about him, let me know.
Yeah, if anybody knows anything, let us know. But yeah, I mean,
Is
can't
this
argue with
lineup
scores.
too punty? Like, am I like punting too much?
No, you got like 3 studs and then Areola, who's way underpriced. Now you just need one more like underpriced type guy. Tor Aronson, is he gonna start? Tor Hollandson?
I don't know.
It
Is
says 96%. You're at home
Yeah.
against Miami.
yeah, but he's
This is
also
your team. You should know this.
Yeah, and that's why I don't know, because when is Mikey Halliday going to get another shot at starting? He keeps subbing in, hasn't really had a chance to show out. Dagger Dan has been playing crazy minutes and not really producing much. Like, when is it time for Mikey Halliday? Because Dagger Dan be falling asleep on defense, boy. He is a midfielder converted right back, not his natural position. While he has been doing okay, hasn't necessarily been the greatest. When is it going to be Mikey Halliday time, baby?
Or just throw Mikey Halliday out there. Like whichever one you think is going to start. Chuck him in.
I don't know. I really don't, to be honest.
It's like you're not even a fan.
Who
Who else
I
you
am a
got?
fan. Ooh, Andres Pereira. Oh, against Toronto?
At home. See, that's what I mean. Like you get these like random ass like Toronto at home matchups, and it's like that dude's not a 36 this week. Take a look at his scores. See if he ever gets any AA ever.
Okay, so I watched him last night. And look,
He
Andres
just
Pereira.
got 21 AA.
Yes, okay.
This is your guy.
Andres Pereira Perea is an old Orlando City player who went to Philly, didn't do
Oh.
anything at Philly, and then got loaned to NYCFC in the middle of the season.
Well,
because
yeah,
they are
because
just in
Philly has
shambles.
Jack McGlynn and everybody. They have the whole midfield.
Exactly. Look, Andres Perea at some point was a great prospect where there is talent there. In this team where NYCFC is completely dead, Andres Perea was that workhorse that you want in the midfield. He was everywhere. He was on defense. He was tracking back. He was getting up in the box, flinging wild shots. This actually isn't as bad of a shout as it might look.
Since he started playing, they're undefeated in 4 in a row. Not counting the Cincy game.
He definitely passed the eye test for me last night to the point where I was like, "Ooh, Andres Perea, is he actually?"
Yeah, I start him.
I think I might actually do
because that's it. Like, you're paying 36. What are the odds you get more than 1 point of AA out of him in this game? Like, really good, you know?
Right.
Even if you could just get like a 50 out of him, I feel like you're in good shape there.
If I can get these 3 to bang, and then get like a decent mid 50 and maybe a decisive, I think I might be okay for like a tier 4. Or
welcome to the state of Sorare in 2023. Back when I started, it was like, oh my god, I just need 1 decisive to win a reward.
Oh man, it's rough out here. Yeah, I'm okay with this lineup. 270. We'll punt it. We'll punt it a little bit. This could be okay. I'm gonna talk myself into it.
Play Sharper has Perea at a 52.9 projected.
Hey, there you go. Hey, so I don't use Play Sharper at all.
I don't either.
Philly Dilly, how accurate is that? Do you use it a lot? Do you feel like you can rely on it? I know a lot of people use it. I was actually gonna have it pulled up today and play around with it today, so I didn't look like an idiot using it. I did not. I sat on the couch and ordered a cheeseburger instead.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah, pull up Play Sharper, bro. What you got?
No, I don't know how to do it.
I gotta do either.
No, wait. I was just saying that's what you were gonna say on your couch in the middle of the day. You just make.
Oh yeah, fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah,
it's usually how it goes. But yeah, that's gonna be my main lineup. 270 is always my usually my main lineup that I set, and we go from there. What's your after U23 lineup, my dude?
Cap 240 for sure. So we're picking Salentano because that's a phenomenal matchup for only 38 points. We love that. I'm loving Miles Robinson right now. He's an elite player.
I sold one.
That is destroying it right now.
Is he good now?
Against a bad team at home that gives up a ton of points. Like I love the Miles Robinson here. Now we're on average for 50. So man, 240. I like going like balls to the wall and then like going like I feel like you can find like Jared Stroud as a 35. Like that's definitely a 240 type pick for me. And then I can go like studs for the rest of the way. That being said, Santi Moreno is so undervalued at 51 that I might just have to pick Santi Moreno. Or Barrial. Barrial's really good too. So I actually might just stay since I could pick both of those guys, then I could just go with a 50-ish kind of guy. Yeah, I'll probably do that.
What do you feel is better as far as 240 goes? Do you think you can kind of punt it a little bit, or do you think just like straight across like average scores across the board, just get that? What's the average like? What?
So I'm looking for undervalued people for sure in 240. Like Celentano gives me so much more room. Like
right,
I want to find like that one like Celentano, like that 35 that I know is going to be a 50, because that's going to make up my extra, right? That's going to make up the extra. It used to be 10 points. Now it's like 40, but you get bonuses. So, you know, it all works out as long as you pick guys with big bonuses. So I'm looking for like this guy that I know is going to get to that 50. And then I just need everybody else to be a 50 average and to bang 55s. Like that's it, right? To get to the 240.
So let me ask you this.
A lot less aggressive in this lineup. I'm looking for more like sure things, like at home with good matchups is kind of a sure thing.
So if you didn't have Celentano in there, right? Take Celentano for a little bit. Who would you go with? Like as a goalkeeper, like who would be your next? Like, this is my guy that I'm going to go 240. This is because do you start your builds with goalkeepers? Is that where you start every lineup? 'Cause that's where I
Always.
start. All right.
Yeah, definitely.
Just make sure we're all on the same page here. You know what I'm saying? Like, huh.
Yeah, because if it dictates everything that you're gonna do, right? Like, I'm looking for because goalkeeper is that one that like matchup matters so much. Like Ricky Pooch might bang on the road against Austin. You know, it's possible.
Right.
But like goalkeeper, if you're facing like if you have that one guy that you rely on and you're facing a really good team, that's just not. It's never gonna happen. Like you're never gonna shut out LAFC on the road. It's just not gonna happen.
Not
So, yeah, I'm looking for more like matchup type thing. And honestly, like Krupo at 32 is pretty good too. I'll probably save him for cap 220. But yeah, I don't know. Good call by Threat Level Midnight on the Hadibi. Yeah,
I was gonna text you last night about it, and I was like, he never texted me back anyway. I'll just talk to him on the show tomorrow. Teenage Hadibi is back.
Yeah,
He is
big
back.
news.
After you made me buy him in the offseason, he immediately got hurt. I have
Yeah.
been waiting for this moment. And guess what? The Ben Olsens are good. Love it.
The fighting Ben Olsens
Love
are
it.
good. Yeah,
I love it.
helps out Steve Clark too. You know,
Yo, Philly Dilly, you're totally right about the guys who follow specific teams. Shout out Germ, So Rare, Deke. I don't know. I've never learned how to pronounce it. I butchered that. I am sorry, but I know they are over on the Play Sharper streets. I'm not gonna lie. I keep telling myself to use Play Sharper, and I never do. I'm just addicted to So Rare data like that. I feel like you know what? I'm gonna start using Play Sharper. I'm gonna use Play Sharper for the rest of the season, not tonight.
so
we're doing this.
Not.
And
I'll
you
start it tomorrow. I'll start my
Tomorrow
diet
for
tomorrow,
sure.
Mom. For sure.
Tomorrow for sure. But yeah,
You're 100% right about the crowdsourcing, but so I'm never like relying on this percentage, right? Like I'm not going in here and saying, okay, 100%. If it's 100, I'm probably going to rely on it a little bit. But if it's anything like 79%, I'm going to go and investigate this. Like, what the heck? I know Raya started on in the midweek in Champions League. So I don't know if who's their starter, the Arsenal starter. I forget.
I don't know. I think they're like rotating keepers right now. They're having like keeper roulette right now.
Yeah, and I know Raya's really good, and they bought him to like compete for that job. So like, this is probably a situation I'll stay away from. But if I see, Ramsdale, that's right. If I see like, hey, Ramsdale got hurt, he's out for a month. Like this is still gonna say 79%. You know, like
right.
there's people who are not gonna catch up to that, but I know that that's 100% accurate. Like I know that that's gonna be fine.
Well, I still think
where it can help is like just quickly going through these and trying to find like people that aren't 100. Or like Krupo last week was a good example. There's not really a good example here, but even in forward, like just trying to scroll through really quickly and see what's going on. See if I can find a good example. Like Areola. Areola would be one that I would want to investigate for sure because it's 87% start. So I'd go on Twitter and try and see like, okay, you know, what is Twitter saying? Like, do we have confirmation one way or another? Talis Magna is another one. Like,
I love how Twitter's our first source. Like, oh god, I don't know. 100%. Twitter, help.
100%. I just type in guys' names and look for guys, and it's probably not the most accurate way to do things, but
it is sometimes. But like, I hate the guys who have like the most like basic names, like the most like John Smith. Like, you know how hard it is to look up news on Kyle Smith. All right, it is so impossible.
Yeah, you got to go to like specific people and look at specific people's Twitter.
No, look at all those Aaron.
I'm telling you, man, Aaron Long for the win. We're still holding. We're still
hold strong. The price that'll just never go. Do you think his price just doesn't go up because there's just so much supply?
I think he's too old at this point, which is really sad.
What are you gonna do when Aaron Long's out of the league?
I'm gonna cry.
Are you prepared for that moment?
No, not at all. Not even slightly. A little bit.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's gonna be real sad. Forwards, not super deep at forward. What do we have? 48. Morata. I don't love that against Real Madrid.
You don't love that at all.
Raheem Edwards. Maybe.
Is that a forward card or a defender card?
Yes, this is a forward card. So like,
how's he been getting up in LA?
I don't hate this actually, because remember we said we're looking for like consistency, and he's like somewhat consistent as a forward. even though he plays left back, because he gets the AA, right?
Right.
Like most forwards, it's either like you score and you get a 60, or you don't score and you get a 35. Whereas with him, it's more like he never is really going to score, but like he's probably going to be somewhere in the 50-ish range, and that's all I need. I just need 46 out of him. So I don't love the matchup away to Austin, but there are worse, and he fits exactly where I need him to. It's like that's the thing. If I go lower than this, like I'm literally just picking one guy anywhere under 48 points. So like Areola is exactly the same as Raheem Edwards in this case.
That's true.
You know, Adeyemi is probably not a bad shout. I don't know if he's starting, but
Last time I checked, he was.
he started 3 in a row.
Yeah, but Dortmund's really fallen off this year. They have a it's rough, boy. No Bellingham, no
with
party.
Bochum and Hindenheim.
Yeesh.
Tough. He doesn't have a ton of AA. I don't love that. But he has had a ton of AA in the past, which is why I have traditionally liked him. I don't know. I don't know if I want to roll that dice. I think probably just Raheem Edwards here.
Yo,
Malik Tillman's really good too. I didn't know he was sort of starting.
Oh, he's at PSV with Chucky Lozano and
Bakayoko.
There's somebody else at PSV. Is Pepe at PSV now? Is that who it is?
He's somewhere in Holland.
There's another American. There's another American striker over there, isn't there? Yeah. Is he starting?
I think he's at least playing.
Pepe doing?
He's subbing.
Yep, doing Pepe things. All right.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Ricardo Pepe. You want to know who I haven't heard of in a while? Where's the golden boy from NYCFC? He scored 4 against Real Madrid and never saw him again. Yeah, what happened to Tati after that?
Isn't he still at Girona?
I don't know, man. He's another one of those players that just keeps getting moved around, and you don't even know anymore.
He's at Lazio.
He's at Lazio.
Honestly,
now.
I'm surprised he hasn't gone back to NYCFC since they just believe in re-signing all of their players. A few sub appearances for Lazio. Look at that. He was at NYCFC. I don't know if this is fake.
Yeah, wait, what?
He just didn't play for 4 games at NYC and then just left?
Oh, wait, was it a loan or a transfer out? I thought, did NYCFC just loan him out?
It could have been a loan, probably.
And then he came back, was technically on the books for 4 games?
Yeah, this is July 1st, so that would have been the end of the loan. Yeah, that's probably why it's like this. And then he goes to Lazio.
Yeah, I thought it was a full transfer out, but no, I guess it was a loan.
4 goals against Real Madrid. Bangs 100. Hasn't seen anything like that since.
Oh, man. Rest in peace, Tati. Just come back to MLS. MLS was a lot more fun with Tati Castellanos in the league. Let's be real.
Wild.
Let's be real. Well, clearly he can do it.
Oh, see, I didn't save that lineup. This is why it doesn't work.
Well, anyway, I'm going to focus on my 240 right now. Do I go Brad Guzan with the 46?
You have to.
At home to Montreal?
Or
do I go Joe Willis away at San Jose, though?
I'm always a home. Home. Always home.
I don't know. Sometimes those matchups will convince me otherwise. And I'm like, look, if there's something
it has to be a
really
pretty big matchup difference, though.
If there's something that Nashville's really good at, it's sitting in and waiting for the counter, and they could just go and sit in San Jose all day. And I don't
know.
Am I that worried? I guess. But Brad Guzan. Even though I wish I could play this 39, but at RSL, there's just no way in heck that I'm playing this. It's just, all right, Brad Guzan it is, baby. JVic, what are we selling before World Cup 2026? I missed that. What did we miss? Oh, I don't have an Atlanta defender either. I don't have any defensive stacks anymore. I sold Miles Robinson.
I have Nick Haglund to go with Celentano, but I'm not even using him.
Ooh.
It says Aaron Long.
See, there's Rafael Santos again. Tristan
I don't think
Blackman.
Aaron Long is going to be in the U.S. team by 2026, so I don't think it's going to matter. I don't know.
I mean,
Could be wrong.
maybe.
Berhalter is back, so
He is a Berhalter boy.
Might be right. Might be right.
Do we go Julian Gressel at FC Dallas? Jules.
I don't love at FC Dallas because Dallas is a very defensive team.
Jack Maher's at 34.
That's good value. He had a big game last
And
week.
240. Yeah. I might do that.
That 94 is not counting yet, which is huge.
Oh, yeah. The game week still hasn't. Oh, I mean, it'll. Oh, no, because it goes into effect after the game week clock, right?
Yes. So it'll count for like next week. So, but regardless, like, I'm still a big Jack Maher guy.
Angulo picks. Wow. For some reason, Orlando's projecting pretty well, huh?
I don't know. Well,
I don't know.
This
why.
is so deceptive because they're using data from Miami from before. Like, you know, they're like, hey, Miami gives up a ton of points to midfielders, but like they did 2 months ago, but they haven't really lately, you know?
That's probably the average, the last 15 average too, right? Is what they're pulling this from.
Right.
I assume.
Which
Yeah.
It's been like 8 games for Miami, 9 games, something like that.
I also hate that all these zeros always project really high. Like I went to go do the algorithm the other day, and it gave me Eric Williamson in my lineup, and I was like, for what? Like, why is Eric Williamson
0% chance
any
of
of my
playing.
lineups?
Sometimes taking a 0 is not bad. Like having just 4, like in 220 specifically. Sometimes I'll just take a 0 and just have 4 really OP guys.
Yo,
that's
Dallas
funny.
Expert, Dallas
That's funny,
expert
actually.
in the house.
They are really good at defense, except right before halftime. They're like, yo, I'm going to get in. I'm going to get some water. They're not thinking. That's it. And that's the only time you can catch them.
Coming in clutch. So now that the Germ's here, he can tell me how great of a play Paul Areola is this week, right? And just justify him a decision and shoving him into 270.
I can justify Jack McGlynn to you if you want.
I've thought about it.
Jack McGlynn fan. Duobido is also a good.
Ooh,
good
against
option.
Charlotte in home. Yeah, that'll be good. Osorio, Dax, Omar Campos, because, you know, Santos Laguna is projecting really well for some reason. Dollar Nagby. Throw
Facu.
Reynoso in. That's still a 69 Reynoso in his beer. Let's get it done.
What about Facu?
I could throw him in there, I guess. I forget I have 2 sometimes.
I kind of like the Facu. He's so consistent. Lately, at least.
Lately.
And you know it's a weakened and tired Miami team. And you know Orlando's going to come out swinging. So
listen,
I kind of like that, actually.
And I don't know the exact math, but I'm pretty sure that if some of the results go right around the MLS, we might be able to kind of shut the door on Miami's face if we beat them. I think.
So Miami is at 31 points. They're only 5 points behind DC with 6 to play for them, 28. So they still got a long way to go. It would take like DC winning, Montreal winning, maybe NYC winning, and like Orlando beating Miami. And then you'd be like, it's getting real dicey.
That's all I want.
I mean, it's already dicey though.
Listen,
you know?
we slap them around on Sunday. They're down in the dumps. Messi's tired. The Fighting Ben Olsen's beat him up in the Open Cup.
Oh, that's a shout.
And
then they'd really like they get Ben Olsen, and then they'd really lose all their momentum.
And then they just crumble, and it's over. And guess what? I have the last lap.
Threat Level Midnight wants to know about Junkwar Tumasi, by the way, since we have a Dallas expert in that.
We do. Paulie Nips is on a heater. He hasn't looked this good though, so hey, there he is, Paulie Nips.
Yeah, Paulie is always a good player. Maybe not always so rare, but he's on the field, always a good player. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I think Dallas is going to come and like be okay in this playoff race. By the way, Minnesota out of the playoffs right now, which is crazy considering how hot they were like 2 months ago.
They got hot for Leagues Cup and then forgot how to score.
Literally forgot to play in the league.
But they will
I think
celebrate
Dallas
a
is
draw.
going to be fine because they have games in hand and they have Paul Arriola back, which is a big difference. I don't trust Tomasi either, to be fair. I think that's a really good shout. I don't trust Tomasi at all. I don't know anything about Junquo, but I don't trust Tomasi.
So you're saying that you guys have a Rodrigo Schlegel too? Wow, that's crazy. Every team needs a Rodrigo Schlegel. It's that guy that's okay sometimes, does some cool stuff, but a lot of times you're like shaking your head like, oh, that's totally on you. You're gonna ball watch while Tyus Magno just completely just jumps free in the box. Oh, yeah, love it, dude. Love that. Get caught ball watching harder as you're the only defender in the box.
So I think what we should do is close this thing out with the real lineup that everybody wants to see.
Oh yeah.
With a little MLS amateur. And I'm actually going to bring over real Sorare because I'm just going to pick this from here. So first, we're going to look at who we've got to pick from. And we got to make some changes here, boys, because we know Messi's out of here. So we got Blake and Brady, which
Messi don't want that smoke. He don't want that Orlando smoke, my dudes.
Yikes.
You heard it here first. He don't want that. He's scared. He got pushed around by Caesar. He's scared. He's scared of Felipe is what he's scared of. He's scared of Felipe. That's what it is.
So like, we want to make moves at goalkeeper potentially because Celentano has such a good matchup the next 3 weeks. So maybe we make a move here.
No, dude, you got to do Celentano at 40 is the way to go right now.
But like Brady's at 40 and Blake is at like 42. So I'm not like saving anything per se. I don't know. I could probably get away with like Blake against LAFC, even though he probably won't score that well. Or actually, I'd probably start Brady out of these two right now.
Philly
against New England,
kind of shaky too. They're not
against
dominating
New England
like
at home. I'd probably start them. Then we got real issues at the back here because I love me some Walker Zimmerman, but he's been hurt, so I gotta like I just panicked and got Matt Miazga last time, which actually works if we go Celentano. So that's actually a point in Celentano's favor because we get the little stack going. Midfield, we've got Facu, and then we're still waiting on Christian Roldan, who is just he's still dead. And then Jordan Morris has no game and Messi's not playing. So we got to figure out something at forward. So
yikes. You got to get rid of Jordan Morris. What are you doing?
Well, Jordan Morris is a 40. Like that's
but he's Jordan Morris.
But I like Jordan Morris.
I
don't think he's great, but he's a 40, you know? Like goalkeeper. Okay, so we might get rid of Blake, maybe.
How expensive is he? 48? What's he at now? Click on him.
He's at a 45, I think. If I just saw.
Well, you can confirm it and then back out of it, not fully trade him.
Is it a 45?
Oh, yeah. Dude, those points matter. If you can like cut points where you can on weeks where you don't use the swaps, they matter. Like I have used my 2 swaps to swap a guy out and then bring him right back in.
The thing is, like, I could cut Messi, right? What is Messi?
Actually,
I'm only losing 3 points if I bring him back the next week, you know?
And it should go down more because he just scored like what, like a 30, 35?
That's true. That's probably not factored in yet.
So it's about to come back down.
And he's not going to play. I'm keeping Jordan Morris for sure.
All of that to keep Jordan Morris.
I have to. I have to keep Walker Zimmerman on a 41 too. That's just not fair.
I just real quick before we continue, I just want you to like look at these scores real quick and tell me if you can guess what player this is.
Let's see. This is Jordan Morris for sure. I know this chart anywhere.
I know those mediocre scores anywhere, brother.
I know those random 98s and everything else is the 30. No, I know that's Jordan Morris for sure. A lot of those. So go back to that chart real quick, though. Hold on.
Oh, hold on.
Go back to that chart because it's a little bit unfair.
Okay.
So a lot of these scores in the middle here, where all these DNPs are US scores. So those don't count.
That's fine.
Like
That's fine.
change it to
I'm talking
just
about all
Seattle.
these. I'm talking about
Just
all these.
Seattle. Well, yeah, those aren't great, but
Let's do Major League Soccer.
see, like that's not as bad.
But it ain't this.
No, he's
It
not
ain't
had a
this
good
either.
season. He's not had a good season. But he could have a good season. Which is the key. We're keeping with Jordan Mortis. He's only 40 points.
You want to
He's
know what
literally the
sucks?
minimum.
Is that?
He's literally the minimum.
Can we talk about how I sold too early? Oh man, you love to see it. Or not. You don't love to see it. Oh, talk about selling too early. And now I'm stuck with one. So I didn't even sell up here. I had another one that I kept and I'm still holding down here. Welcome to my life.
Holding the bag.
Holding the bag. All right, so we're swapping.
So
Andre
what would
Blake and
you do?
Lionel Messi.
What would you do here?
I would get rid of Jordan Morris.
But I'm
For
only
one.
getting 40 points. So like if I do this, I have 89 points to get. So I'm getting a 49 forward if we do this. So who would you switch him for? 49. So anyone from below here.
Duncan McGuire.
Oh.
Johnny Russell, I don't know his scores. Oh, Giacomakis at 46.
Let's check him. I don't think Giacomakis has good AA.
No
though.
AA.
Yeah,
but again, we've gone over this that nobody does in the MLS. It is incredibly hard, and if they they don't cost 46.
He scored 3 goals in the last since June.
Yeah, but Atlanta's good now.
But he hasn't been. That's the problem.
All right, Duncan McGarty.
All right,
let's go back to the list. What else we got? And Duncan's just coming back too. He's been on a sleeper. He's due for some.
He doesn't get a at.
It don't matter. Ooh, Benteke. Benteke's been kind of been in a slump too, isn't he?
I think I'd rather have Maguire than Benteke because I think Benteke is the same way and probably won't score as much. Joseph. Giassi Zardes. Copetti. Is Copetti dead still? I've been waiting for him all year.
I think I just saw Trippin post that he was back, and I don't think he did anything.
Started twice.
Hey, look, he's back.
Because he gets actual decent AA sometimes.
Hey, Benteke put up 20 AA.
Nah, that's a lie.
Against Charlotte.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Last weekend.
Benteke.
And he got 3 decisives and 14 AA.
It's kind of bad that I haven't watched. I've maybe watched 2 DC games all year.
Oh, Campana. How much is Campana? Because Campana has been on a heater, kind of. He's better than Joseph, that's for sure.
Well, he's 43.
Yeah, that's actually.
He doesn't start, man.
He's going to. What other strikers do they have right now? He's going to start. It's not going to be Joseph.
Did they start Joseph in this game? They started Joseph in this game.
That was the dumbest thing ever. Why would anybody play Joseph right now?
Started
Farias and Messi. Well, at least Campana's going to play this weekend. No Messi. So for this weekend,
maybe, but I think play. But that's such a downgrade, though, right? I mean, yes, this game notwithstanding, but generally, you want your striker on the field with Messi because, Messi will create so many chances.
The only thing that goes against Campana right now, and just anybody from Miami, is that they are just trying to get by the way they can, and they're just going to be bringing people in and out just consistently. It's going to be such a hard rotation to keep hold of, except for the people like Kamal Miller that's always in there, and Facundo Farias is probably going to solidify himself at that point too.
What about Pookie? Is Pookie doing anything?
Nope,
nothing.
Pookie is creating the space and dragging defenders and not scoring the goals.
So he's real life good, but not so rare good.
Which 2 are starting this week? Which ones are you talking about?
He's probably taking Joseph and Campana.
Oh yeah, no, they might. Oh God, I completely forgot Joseph. God dang it, Joseph and Explorer is the
45.
bane of my existence. Ugh.
Ooh, that's true. Maybe I'll
Got
go get
it,
Joseph.
dude. You want some real big
What about
brain game
Areola?
theory? Oh,
Areola,
Ariel
maybe.
at 41 is good too. So I don't like to. Yeah, JV, you bring up a good
Klaus?
point. I don't like to put people in my amateur of cards that I own because I'm like, why? I'm just gonna play him anyway. I try not to. I feel like Hector Herrera and stuff. Who, come on, he just scores so good. You need him in there. Yeah, Klaus is back. Klaus is 40.
40. He
But there,
bangs, man.
you don't want that.
He bangs goals.
There it is.
He bangs goals when he's here, man.
And sprinkles a little bit of AA on top.
I'm just saying.
Oh, did Pookie get hurt last night, Jerm? I watched Orlando and then went to bed. Not gonna lie, I was sleepy. I was a sleepy boy.
He's a 53-7. I think it's Klaus. I think I have to go Klaus.
Dude, they got
This is
Minnesota,
also not
Sporting
a-
KC, White
This
Caps.
is also
oh, yeah.
not a terrible.
And Sounders, which I have been harping on that are just not that great anymore.
That's
yeah,
a big game. It's a really big game. I think I might go Klaus.
Klaus is a good shout in there. I love that. At 42, what a deal, man.
I have to give up.
Realistically, like, and now I'm upset because the
JMO.
season's almost over, but I wanted to do like a Thursday night amateur kind of like lineup builder thing all season. I never did it because I'm an idiot. And now I'm like, wow, this is so fun. I can do this every week. Hell yeah. Yo,
All right,
Jerb, straight up.
We're
We
getting
got to
here.
get you on one of these because you're smart.
You're smart.
There's Chris, you, and then there's me.
So Celentano at home against Charlotte, love it. Miyazaki at home against Charlotte, love it. Faku against a tired Miami team, love it. Klaus,
Orlando's also tired.
love that against Minnesota.
Yeah.
And then
And then
we're
you
kind of
got
forced into just nothingness at the
Walker
end,
Zimmerman.
which is sad.
Yikes. Okay, so
Zimmerman's still out, right?
Okay, not to like play some like even more game theories, but you know what? The first like at some point today,
He's back. Shit.
This thought just came into my head where it's like, what if they said that Messi and Jordi Alba weren't playing so that Orlando would take the game off and rotate, and then they're come out and be like, bam!
No.
Too far?
Not how this
Too
works.
far? Too much tinfoil?
That's absolutely not how this works.
Too much tinfoil?
So this is where we go back to this. Like, okay, so Zimmerman's got a lot of upside. Klaus, I feel like Klaus has a decent amount of upside, but I don't like a striker with no AA making him captain. I don't think that's going to happen. Faku, he might beat Walker. Close. 2-2. Miazga, I don't think Miazga's got a lot of upside.
Matt Miazga's out on yellow card suspension.
Son of a gun. All right, so I'm down a
JVic
player.
coming in clutch. JVic, do you want to hop on this show? Because apparently we don't know what we're doing. Mm-hmm. JVic coming in clutch with the saves.
But I it's not even a save because I literally don't have another option.
Oh, I was about to say, Germs just brought it up. 100 so coin for a swap boost. I use it all the time.
Oh,
look at that! I used the swap today, and guess what? I still have 2. Right? This is where I'm at in the point where I'm just like, you know what, dude? It's 100 so coins. Look at her.
I guess I do get like 1,000 each week, so I guess it really doesn't matter. That like hurts my soul to like spend so coin though. I'm like saving that shit like I'm Ebenezer Scrooge.
You know what's funny? Like, and that's how you know this is our like first time like doing this because I was not prepared at all. Like earlier today, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pull up like injury reports and like suspensions and like stuff that happened last night, and I didn't do any of that. We're just up here kind of winging it. So,
all right,
yeah, no,
you guys convinced me. I'm gonna get the swap. How do I get the swap thing?
Let's go. You go to the store.
How do I get to the store, Mom?
Go to your overview.
Store me.
And then click on your 42,000 coins. Okay, Rich. You didn't go for that sign from your league? You didn't go for that signed jersey?
Dude, I tried, but I have to actually work and it stinks.
Oh,
they're gone within like a second.
There's your swap right there.
Is it
Right
boost?
Right there.
Swap,
right there.
MLS.
Yeah.
Okay.
Buy
this hurts. This hurts my soul.
Oh no.
All right. We're gonna use it. We're gonna send it.
All right, we're sending
So
it.
question is who though?
I mean,
Miazga gives
Roldan's
us a
probably
lot.
cheaper, isn't he?
Roldan's a 43, but I don't
Well,
think
I mean,
you're
if you
getting
want-
much cheaper than
But if you wanted to
43.
pick him out later, yeah, you get
I
more
kind of feel
bang
like
with Miazga.
Miazga, we're getting a lot, but like what's well, maybe you want a midfielder
Okay,
as your second one.
so let me throw this wrench into the field, right? Messi, he's not going to play this weekend. He's going to play the Open Cup final. If all this whatever is happening with Messi, what's the guarantee that he plays the game after? Like, how many times are we going to have to
not big?
Like, what is the upside in keeping Messi at this point? Because at the end of it's just headaches at this point. We're like, I don't think you're ever going to be comfortable playing Messi. I don't think, at least not in like any time in the next like 2.
But there just
maybe.
aren't any good MLS forwards. Like if I get rid of
true.
him, like that's my like big like Ferreira, Cucho,
No, but they're good. Denny,
Bawonka.
Insigne, NYCFC, small pitch. Insigne is probably going to zip through everybody on that small fake field. Also, could we all just take a second to laugh at NYCFC, who plays in a baseball field, couldn't play in their own baseball field because it's not their actual field. They don't own it, right? So then they just moved to another baseball field instead of an actual field.
The Yankees do own part of NYCFC, so technically,
I don't care. That's not Citigroup.
It kind of is their.
I don't care.
Okay.
Nope. It's a baseball stadium.
Just kidding. I lied.
If you read the fine print in the MLS, teams are required to have soccer-specific stadiums.
Now they are. Not when they joined the league. And they're getting a stadium, to be fair.
Yeah, in like 10 years.
If you swap Messi, you'll be able to get him back next week. He has a 71 coming off, so his draft cost should be cheaper than when you trade in. But I have him. I already have him cheaper than what he is now.
Yeah, but he have a 71 coming off and the 34 from this past, or like the 30 something from this past weekend. It's what, at 82 right now.
So if you drop from a 71 to a 35, let's say that's 35 points roughly. So you're dropping like 7 points overall.
They'd still be cheaper than the 78.
So I guess that makes sense. But then that means I have to get a forward as my second card, and I really want a midfielder, to be fair. Like I think this is where, exited out of it.
You kind of have to be sneaky, like tricky with your swaps sometimes. Like I have like written down the swaps that I was gonna make in order to like finagle my way into like when I went to go put Messi into my team, because I already had a pretty decent strong team at all, just to fit him in. Like it was like 2 weeks of swaps, extra swaps. Like it was like a 2-week process for me to make it work with the team that I had. And you gotta be a little sneaky with these things.
I think you need like a Lucho Acosta, a Thiago Almada.
Why would you not go Carlos Heel?
Carlos Heel, something like that.
At Chicago, man, Carlos Heel's probably gonna bang 100.
But I can't afford him though. Like I only have 52 because I'd have to trade in Roldan.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'd only have 52. But like realistically, like these are the guys you want. Like you really want 2 of Reynoso, like Acosta, something like that. Pooch Reynoso.
Yep.
Pooch Almada. Something like that is really what you want, and I really don't have that right now.
I do have Herrera,
Faku, which I'm a good fan of.
I had Hector Herrera and Carlos Heel in my midfield for a little bit, and then
Hani Mukhtar at 53. That sucks. I'm 1 point off of that.
Yeah, but look at his scores for this year.
He's not that bad.
Click on the little info icon. They show it to you now on the builder. So click on the little info icon.
Yeah, I need to see the whole season. See, he's not that bad. What are we talking about? This is pretty good.
Well, when I had Hani, it was in this middle here where he was just. And then I took him out of a team. I was like, I wanted to play Hani so bad, and then I played him. And he just put up stinkers, and I was like, all right, I got rid of him.
He's definitely not like super hot right now, but he's at a really good.
Ooh, what about Sam Surridge?
Really good price right there.
Is he even in the draft? Where is he at?
Sam Surridge.
Yeah, the new 9 for Nashville.
Was it 2 R's? Yeah, I don't think he's in here.
Wow, they never added. So rare. You're not even adding like in. Oh, but they got Messi in. I don't know if he's actually in here or not.
See,
We should
Mukhtar
probably-
Driussi, like I'd love to have those guys. Helman, Romy Voltaire, Martinez. Barrial's not bad. Maybe Barrial.
That's a decent shout.
I don't think I didn't trade Miazga, and so I don't think I can get a Cincy player though.
You have 52.
But I can't have 3 Cincy players. I have Celentano, and I don't think I traded Miazga.
Well, what do you think about just like a placeholder for this week and then
Santi
swapping some
Moreno?
other stuff next week?
Santi Moreno. It's a really good matchup.
Yeah, that's a good shout. You wanted to put him in your actual Sorare teams.
Jack McGlynn, although that's a tough matchup this week.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't mess with that.
I actually kind of like Santi Moreno.
Do it against Colorado. You want to go for the matchup? Do it.
Yeah,
Do
I think he could bang. He could be good.
Oh yeah, he
Let's
can
try
bang.
that. I'm really not happy getting Santi Moreno at 51. To be fair, because you could have had him at like 40 earlier this year, but it's at least better than Miazga getting a 0.
That's the price you pay sometimes.
So
man.
that's the squad.
that is the squad.
I don't know. I don't feel good about it, but I feel like hopefully all 5 should at least play. Hopefully. But that's
Yeah,
the thing with MLS. I'm never 100% sure that like my guys are going to play.
Dude, especially this week where I feel like all the makeup games are happening and just like it's just 3 games in a week and it's been a lot and it's been crazy and you never know what you're gonna get. You're not even getting Messi. So what do we know?
No, I don't have my stud. I'm
Aw.
in shambles right now.
Oh,
Who's your
poor
team? Where are we going?
I got the Celentanas. Actually, Berkey might be a good shout here against a struggling Minnesota.
We can't see anything, guy.
I knew that.
Look at that. Here we go.
Is St. Louis at home or are they away at Minnesota? this
Away.
weekend? Talentano's home, right? Yeah. Actually, I got to swap the defenders here because I'm probably going to go Hector Buwanga. And it would be probably Bernadeschi because I have him at 40. And then yeah, I need defenders because I need to swap these out real bad, really bad. How do I do this swappy thingies?
Let's go find us some defenders.
Yeah, this defender situation has just been awful. Hello. All right, what we got? Dude, I hate that you Teenage Shadeb is at a 54 already, and he's been out for like most of the season. It's annoying. All right, I need a 40 for sure in here. Who's down at 40 right now that I could snag for cheapo? Or should I keep Caleb Wiley?
I honestly have not watched a ton of Atlanta, so I don't know how he's doing. I always thought he was overhyped.
He does okay. I kind of just threw him in there because I couldn't find anything else. Oh, shoot. That's right. I forgot about that. The Open Cup final. And they didn't rotate this midweek, so everyone basically assumed that they were going to rotate in the weekend.
Yeah.
I don't really have many options unless I...
Yeah, you can't use Herrera this week.
Unless I drop Messi, too. Is it time to drop Messi?
We've been such a pro Messi podcast, and now it's just all going down.
It just doesn't make sense anymore. I don't know.
You missed one game, and we're just nope. We're done with you. Get out.
All right, let's keep Caleb Wiley.
That gives you so many options, though.
Oh my god, I know.
So I would go like
so let's do
Cucho and then like a dog of a defender.
So it'd be Denny.
Although I don't love Cucho's matchup this week.
Who do we get? Who has a good matchup?
Bouanga? No,
I already have Bouanga.
It doesn't work.
Well, I already have him, and it's
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna have to take that one.
Honestly,
Alan Polito
Jesus Ferreira.
Alan Polito at a rotated Houston.
I've never been a big Polito fan, but he is hot right now. Brandon Vasquez is also very good. Y'all are throwing up 40 players: Boxel, Tehran, Zuperich. My boy has 130 to spend. He don't need no 40 players. He needs some dogs.
Well,
he needs some
well,
big boys.
But before we pivoted, before we dropped Messi, we were looking for 40s, and Carlos Turan is a really good shout. And I didn't realize, isn't Boxel hurt, or he had like some sort of knock? Maybe he was suspended. I remember he was out for something. Savarino, Velasco, Corey Baird.
Whale alert. Oh, Chicharito.
Get out of here. We were just talking about
I don't
this,
think you want any of these guys. I think you want the guys at the top.
Yeah.
Because you have a lot to spend.
Do we go?
I mean, I might. How's for Jesus Ferreira been? Because he's so good, man.
No, there was a worry. Didn't he get pulled out? I think he got pulled out early in the last game, or he had like some sort of
79th minute.
Yeah, there's like some concern with him. I don't know how serious it was. I'll tell you, like
this is when we go on the X and start searching it.
When there's like remotely any issue with this close to the playoffs, like with this many games on top of each other, I'd rather just not even risk it for the biscuit and just completely stay away.
Dallas is not in the playoffs. Dallas needs to score.
Exactly.
And they have to. They can't like rest guys for the playoffs because they're not in it.
No, they need to rest now. But yeah.
No, they can't rest at all. Yeah.
But if he has a knock, they can't afford to risk it right now because
they have to risk it. They have to risk it. No, it's the exact opposite. If you're talking about if you're talking about like Vancouver, like okay, maybe you like slide a little bit, but like Dallas has got to like go for it.
This is what I'm saying. 5 games in 16 days after playing 2 in the last 5. With all that congestion, like you have to be. That's why literally they are sitting Messi because it is crunch time and like it is. You got to be really careful right now because it's not close enough to the playoffs, but you're still fighting a spot where you'd rather take him, sit him now, and then see if you can get him for that stretch without risking him like really going hurt, and then you're done. You're done. At least that's the way that I see it. Know what I'm saying, bro?
I don't know. He hasn't.
You're like, I don't know.
I don't see anything on here so far about him like not coming back.
That is more than enough for me to not want to play him. I don't like any of these forward picks at all. I'm not gonna lie to you, Chief. So I'm gonna go with my gut and go Alan Pulido.
Oof. Getting that rotation. I like it.
Yeah.
Now you can pick any defender you want.
Kai against LAFC?
No, I don't like that.
Tolkien against DC United?
Ooh, maybe. That might be a good shout.
Is
Antonio Carlos
is hurt?
No. Carlos.
Is that in New York or in DC?
DC.
Brooks Lennon against Montreal?
Not a bad shout.
Yeah, I like that.
You could also go Miles Robinson too. He's a little cheaper, but not that it really matters.
I mean, it'd be a little easier to navigate next week for whatever I wanted to with a little bit more cap on there. Kamal Miller at 50. I mean, not this weekend, but other times. Kamal's just.
Oh, look, Aaron Long at 50.
Brother, get out of here.
He also didn't play the last game.
I think I'm just gonna go with Tolkien, to be honest. Or
I don't think that's a bad
or Brooks Lennon. Brooks Lennon's a little bit better for him right now.
I don't know. I just like Tolkien better as a player. Period.
That's the funny thing about MLS is that no matter what we do, we're just screwed anyway.
We're gonna get it wrong
because our lock is at like 10 a.m. and it just does nothing for us. And even like what? Oh man, there's what people in LA are setting their lineups at what? 8 in the morning? Or no, 6 in the morning? Shit. That sucks. Yikes.
So Tolkien is a 17-9 AA in MLS. Brooks Lennon is a 12. Like Tolkien just has more potential for me.
Okay. So
but that's just me. I mean, you can do what you want, but that's just me.
It comes down to DC and Montreal. Oof.
At DC and home against Montreal, though.
Yeah, we got to go for the home, baby, because we've been saying it
Home,
all day.
home. We're homers here.
We are homers
And
here.
see,
All
now
right,
you
let's
have
just bring up
17 where you can just go anywhere.
Celentano, Brooks Lennon, Bernadeschi, Buanga, and Polito going to the 2-forward week. Oh God, who do I captain? I didn't really think this through.
You remembered my rule, right? Who has the most upside?
Probably Brooks Lennon in this group.
Honestly, unironically, I think you're right because like you're gonna get like 15 to 20 AA, and if he gets
Maybe
an
a clean
assist, that's
sheet.
like an 80. You
And
know?
a potential clean sheet, maybe with Montreal kind of shipping it. Yeah, you know what? Because we do it for the content. We do it live, baby. We don't put thought into it. Guess what? Because now everybody's gonna like laugh at me. They're gonna at the end of the weekend, they're just gonna chuckle, be like, "What a freaking idiot! Who captains Brooks Lennon?"
Or he's gonna go bang 100 for you.
No, that was last week when I took him out against Miami.
That's true. He's probably TNPing this week. You heard it here first.
Oh man, whatever. It is what it is. Listen, Chris, this has been an hour and 30 minutes. It doesn't even feel like it. Dude, for those people that stuck around, thank you. Let us know what you liked, what you didn't like. Let us know what we can improve on. We're going to try to do this more often. It's a little rough around the edges, but we don't care. We just wanted to get it out here for you guys. Shout out to Germ, Philly Dilly, J Vic, Threat Level Midnight. Everybody who stopped in, who didn't, said hello. Chris, any parting words?
I'm very upset that I had to buy $100 SoCoin swap boost. I'm so mad. That's what I'm gonna leave you with. It's just like I'm gonna go cry now. I'm gonna cry.
I just want to say thank you for peer pressuring him because it was awesome.
You're 100% right, chat, but I don't like you at all. Okay, just because you're right doesn't mean that I like it.
Well, I loved it. Shout out J Vic, showing the love. Been here the whole time. I am so proud of you because I would have left a long time ago, buddy. Just kidding. I love you. Hit up Chris. You know who you are. If he told you you're getting a little something, you're getting a little something,
Philly
something.
Dilly and Threat Level Midnight. I think I know
those
both
DMs.
of you, so I think
get the reward. We'll figure it out. Germ, you're great. We'll keep in touch. Yeah.
Bye.